and today in Kaiju Project we take a look at Godzilla 2014. Yeah, this movie is very different from previous incarnations of Godzilla. In fact, this is the beginnings of the Monsterverse! The current cinematic universe that was the current coming similar to the MCU and all that. But this movie wasn't started as a beginning of a multiverse. Beginning of a cinematic universe. It was started, originally was started to be a 3-hour, not a 3-hour, a 2-hour, a something hour long IMAX thing directed by Mr. Robondo that was called Godzilla 3D to the Max. Very cheesy. Right, this was released in late 2007. And it was originally gonna have Godzilla fighting this monstrosity dubbed Godzilla, who is basically Hedorah, but with a human skull and red things, and have Godzilla shoot rainbows out of his tail, and oh yeah, and had it face off Deathlo in the World Trade Center Memorial. You see why it was canceled. Yeah. But anyway, the movie begins like this. Wait, we're not gonna do that. This movie also was gonna be released in 2012. Didn't happen. It has originally written differently, but anyway, as we were seeing, the movie goes like this. In 1954, they try to kill Godzilla. Yeah. Soon, years later, in 1999, sync up with the previous era and destroy monsters. Something happened in the Philippines, so two Morok scientists, that being Dr. Ishiro Sarasawa, played by Ken Wapan. The guy who plays Dreff in the two Transformers movies with Mark Wahlberg in it. You know, that guy. And Vivian and Graham, played by Oscar winner Sally Hawkins. Anybody who watched my review of Kong 5 may get that joke. Yeah. But anyway, they went to the Philippines to see the remains of Dagon, another species of Godzilla, and it had two fossilized remains. One was dormant, and the other hatched, and went to the fictional city of Jejera, Japan. Hey, there's something that the 2014 movie didn't do, doesn't it? Have Japan in it. Not 2014. This is the 2014. Had something in the 1998 movie didn't done. Had something in Japan and had another monster show up. Yeah, but yeah, the monster soon it was landed on a power plant that belongs to works and it works with none other than again one of the factory the power plant workers. One of them is Bryan Cranston, who best known as a certain drug dealer in ASC's Breaking Bad. He also plays the dad in Malcolm in the Middle, and he also plays a lot of Power Rangers characters. Matter of fact, he plays Zordon in the 2017 movie. Which we're not talking about Power Rangers in this series, by the way. I bet some of you Power Ranger fans are very disappointed. But yeah. And as well his wife and other random people, including Gary Chaw, the voice of Optimus Prime, the best voice. I am very disappointed that he was not voicing Primal in Rise of the Beast, but anyway. Soon the attack happens. Their attack happens. The wife dies, and you see that 15 years later, their son 4, played by a kid who's now grown up to be Anna Taylor-Johnson, best known at the time was best known at the time playing a Mark Miller character. But yeah, and after that he also played Quicksilver in Age of Ultron. And now he's gonna play Kraven the Hunter. What a weird word. But soon he went back to his home, where he met with his son, and he met with his wife, Elle, played by Elizabeth Olsen, who also plays Scarlet Witch. If MUTO was cast in the MCU, could we have Bryan Cranston as him? Yeah, but anyway. Soon he went back to Japan and discovered that his father was arrested, so he bails him out. See how crazy he becomes. So they decided to go, but later that morning they went back to the plant, get all their things, including there's even a nice little Easter egg for Mothra. We can get to her later in a future movie. Yeah. But yeah. Soon they got arrested and they went to the plant and they saw this chrysalis that later been revealed that he has the info. Then unassumingly it begins to hatch, revealing the male MUTO, or we could call this one the Hatu MUTO, who's destroy a lot and injures a lot of people, and soon it flies. Yeah. Soon, much later, after the event, Sarah pointed at both Joe and Ford. They went. Unfortunately, Joe dies. And a bunch of Bryan Cranston fans are very disappointed at that part of the movie. Yeah, blame the trailers for that. And the TV spots. And the Vita commercials. And the stickers commercials. Yeah. But yeah, soon, much later on, we introduced to Abner Stearns, who is 10 times better than Colonel Hicks in the 98 movie. And soon Ford was coming with Sarah and Graham, and they told him that about Godzilla, they tried to kill him during the 1950s, and it failed. So yeah. So they went back to, Ford went back to Hawaii. There he is gonna care for a little child who was left by who was accidentally walking in and have the train close and try to get his parents. That plotline doesn't actually happen, so that's not actually happen. It did happen, but I can't tell what. Yeah. Then soon Godzilla shows up. You have this really nice reveal as the male MUTO is eating up nuclear heads. Godzilla slowly, you see the water push up as a bunch of people in Hawaii saw what's going on. Then the water's pushing up and you see things that you've never seen as we see what details of Godzilla is and always. So we see his legs. They try to shoot him. This Godzilla, unlike the 98, is invulnerable. Meaning that he is very, very capable of very comfortable of dodging bullets and all that other stuff. So soon as the EMP blast creates more stuff, the male MUTOs decide to attack the airports, and then you had this big scene in the airport, and then Godzilla shows up, and you have this great reveal where the MUTOs like stare in horror, and you see the other foot, and it slowly comes up, and you slowly see Godzilla, and then he warns, and then they cut to Ford's son sleeping. I know people don't like this thing. They don't like having Godzilla cut. They don't like this, how Godzilla was quickly cut out, and people want to see monster fights and all that. Me, that actually works perfectly fine. I'm actually okay. Another complaint is mostly is the Blu-ray. People like, it's so dark. It's so dark. It's so dark. It's just from the Blu-ray version and the I believe the 4K version. You do realize the DVD version is perfectly lit it up just fine. Yeah. Yeah. Even especially if you turn on the lights, it looks pretty good. Yeah. You see why DVDs are more important than Blu-rays and all that. But anyway, after the destruction of Hawaii, soon later on, they found that the female the spore from earlier has hatched and destroying Nevada, specifically Los Angeles, and this one is the Fin MUTO, or female MUTO. Yeah, and soon as it destroys things, and soon later on, Force comes to see a military people send a nuke to them because they were going to send nuclear bombs to both the MUTOs and Godzilla to kill them for some weird reason. Yeah. Soon they went on to the thing, and suddenly the female MUTO attacks a train and got the nuclear warhead. Excuse me. Then Ford woke up from that and went to their base of operations, where is it again? Soon San Francisco been attacked by the MUTOs. Soon Godzilla shows up after he got bullets come out of after bullets hit him in the gills and all that. Yes, this version of Godzilla has gills, just like the Showa version. And soon Godzilla destroys the Golden Gate Bridge and goes. Soon the MUTOs, as they create a nest around in the San Francisco area, Sarasar's given his famous speech, "Let them fight," along with the Anakin's command line. And soon Godzilla shows up and they fight. We don't see them, but yeah. Soon, and then another iconic moment in this movie is the famous Halo jump scene. And then we actually see Godzilla battling the MUTOs this time. After a lot of dispense and some people's frustrations of showing the monster fights. We actually have monster fights. Soon Godzilla fought the MUTOs, and the army found the eggs of the female MUTO, and they take the warhead and let it alone for use oil. It blows up and kills the baby's man until Shatter and the female MUTO finds out, tries to kill Four until Godzilla used his atomic breath on her. You see, 98? You see? Godzilla has his atomic breath! Not this using the powers of the buildings. After the male MUTO was killed by Godzilla, the female MUTO comes by. 4 walked by, saw Godzilla, kind of like a face between man and God, and and soon 4 walked by and saw the female MUTO destroying stuff, so he pulls out and goes tries to bring that boat to the sea. Unfortunately, the female MUTO turns off the grid and tries to kill him, but Godzilla comes in the last minute and uses the most iconic thing and the most brutal way he ever used his atomic breath until next movie. The atomic, he uses atomic breath and kills the female MUTO that way, resulting in her head being removed. After his victory over the MUTOs, he does collapse, and 4 was rescued by rescue helicopters, and the nuclear weapon was blown up. But we see the next scene that San Francisco is just fine. For a apparent reason. Did Godzilla absorbs the radiation went in? I hope so. But anyway, that is, and soon Godzilla woke up. 4 was reunited with his family, and Godzilla went back to the sea after doing a victory war and returned to the sea until 5 years later when he faced a 3-headed dragon. But that's next. That will be a review in October. Yes, I said October. You see why. But anyway. And that is Godzilla 2014. Overall, it's a very decent movie. Granted, it's 10 times better what Roland Emmerich tried to do in his movie, but it did much better. Godzilla is much better. Matter of fact, this is the first Godzilla that used motion capture. And who's the man behind the Godzilla suit? Behind Godzilla this time? None other than T.J. Storm. Yeah, who is the first, truly the first American Godzilla actor to play him. Despite his motion capture, but it's still cool. Yeah, and yeah, this Godzilla has a much better roar. This Godzilla has atomic breath. This Godzilla looks like Godzilla. And it feels like Godzilla. He is, what I said, so powerful, and he's so unique. Unlike the 1998 version. The MUTOs are unique new villains to the MonsterVerse. They're original. They're parasite-like. The male one has wings. The female version is bigger. And they really look interesting. The truly important one is how they represented the characters. again, Kim Bobby's performance as Dr. Ishiro Shirazara, his name is referenced in both Ishiro Honda, the director of every single Godzilla movie since the original, and Dr. and the Shirazara of the first movie, which is pretty cool. Again, their organization mark is the Shield organization, which is really cool because we have a company that is more secretive than any other company before or after. Yeah, hopefully we can see more of Martyr in the near future. As of right now, at the time of this video, we do know what happened, but yeah. Anyway, I know people had problems. Godzilla's limited screen time, which I'm okay having limited screen time for Godzilla. The Blu-ray quality is so dark. Again, the DVD is way better for this movie. And how Bryan Cranston character dies. Again, if you want to know what happens if he was alive, you can check Up in the Depths what if scenario over his channel. It'll probably be in either the cards or down there. But anyway, that's pretty much it for Godzilla 2014. Yeah. Next week is gonna be the one you've been waiting for. The one movie that would be so awesome, so great, so wonderful, and it's very shindig-y. That's right, we're talking about Shin Godzilla. Yeah, that. Anyway, this is Part from 1010.